Okay, we're back in Photoshop. Now what I want to do is make this texture seamless. So we're actually going to do some painting here. And I'm going to hit the S key, and I can right click and change the size of my brush here. What I want to do is paint out all this, and just I alt click somewhere on the canvas, and then I can just start painting out things like that. I want to be kind of subtle with it, and then I'm just moving around holding space bar, and I want to paint this out right here. Now all of this stuff is going to repeat on your object, and that will be easy to spot where things are duplicated. So like you'll see this spot every time you loop the texture around. It'll make more sense in a second, but I like to try to take out anything that's going to give it away, a dead giveaway as to the fact that the texture is looping. So I just try to paint it a little bit more uniform. You could spend a lot of time on this, but you don't have to. It really depends on how we light and shade. And in a second, probably in the next video or so, I'll show you kind of what I'm going for this scene that I'm working on. So we also have these edges here, and we know we're not going to get a seamless loop here because of them. So I'm going to go up here to Filter, Other, and Offset. And I'll just leave it like that. I'll hit OK for now. You see what happened here? All it did was take this and just move it down and loop it around. So now these are the two edges here. This will just show up over and over on our Maya object, looped around. That just will look really tacky and terrible. So we have to paint this out too. And that's kind of complicated because you can see the color changes from very white where the light was hitting the object to very dark. And that could cause us some problems with this texture. So we have a lot of work cut out for us here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this out the best I can. I'm going to try to blend them the best I can. So a couple tools I can use for that. So if I just grab this whole area right here, I can cut it out completely because it is not going to work for us. I'll just grab it, hit delete, and then now we have to solve the problem here of bringing these two things together. What we could do to simplify it for ourselves is we can just grab this area and we can move it. Since we have it selected, we can just move it right on down like that. Hit enter. And then we can take this same tool right here, this marquee tool, and we can recrop it, this image, right? Image, crop. Now we're just dealing with that section. So we still have to fix this area. So we have this line here. I do need to fix that. I didn't quite get that painted out. I could real quick do that with this clone stamp tool. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm just going to paint it out. I get that I'm not really blending it perfectly here. That's totally okay with me. I'll go ahead and blend in a second here. I just want to fix this real quick. That little line in there that I left. Okay. So I'm going to do my best to blend these, and I don't want it to look like there's this sharp change from here to here. There is a tool here. If we go over to this, it might look like that. This healing brush tool, but there's this patch tool here, and if I draw kind of an area right here and then I drag it over, I can kind of blend between the two. And it's not perfect by any means, but it is going to give me a little bit of a better look than I had before, very easily too, without too much work on my part. I'm able to blend those two together, and I can take a bigger sample area here, and I really want to blend this light and dark so that it's not nearly as noticeable as it was before. And go ahead and do that. Then I may go back to Control D to get rid of that selection. Then I may paint out some of these little overlapping looping looking areas with the stamp tool again. Just kind of get rid of it. It's not going to be perfect, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it. That's still, this area right here, still probably going to cause us problems. So what I'm going to try is go back to that stamp tool here. I'm going to take this whole area right here, try to draw a good selection around it, and I'm just going to move it down so we can kind of blend between the two better. That's not going to work right there. Definitely not. Going to undo that. It was worth a try. So I'm looking at this. This is not going to work well for us because this area right here, it's going to be too much work to get it to look and blend seamlessly. We could darken it and do all these things, but at the end of the day, we still have these sharp specular areas. And also, the thread changes from this to this. So what I'm going to do is actually crop this area and make this area loop seamlessly. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here and just crop this area down, image crop. And I think I may have a better chance here. We'll go back to filter, offset, and I'm just going to try to blend that area right there real quick with this patch tool. If I can draw a nice little patch area here. Let's go ahead and move that up. It's not bad. Not horrible. I need to fix this thing right here, so I'll go to the stamp tool and I'll just grab maybe this area right here, kind of paint that in a little bit better. Just trying to fix things. It's not going to be perfect. And what you guys might want to do is go find your own looping seamless textures so you don't have to spend so much time in Photoshop trying to fix problems. You can just go into texturing in Maya. I'm going to get a larger brush here, I think. Just try to fix some of the areas that are not looking good and are not kind of soft here. Okay, I'm not going to waste too much time on that. Hopefully that will work for us. Another thing I'm going to do, so I'm going to save this out, save as a JPEG again. Make sure I've got JPEG selected. I'm going to save over my strap one here. Hit save. Yes, I want to replace it. Okay. And in the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to generate something called normal maps. I'll see you then.